Tribute has been paid to the actor Christopher Plummer, who's died aged 91. Born in Canada, he was best known for his role as Captain von Trapp in the Oscar-winning film The Sound of Music. Our arts editor Will Gompertz looks back at his career, which spanned 6 decades.
These are a few of my favourite things. When the dog barks.
Christopher Plummer in 1965 as the fine upstanding Captain von Trapp, playing opposite Julie Andrews' Maria in The Sound of Music.
Hello?
Fräulein, did I not tell you that bedtime is to be strictly observed in this house?
The versatile, charismatic actor said he only did the movie so he could sing, and therefore wasn't pleased when he found out that his voice would be overdubbed.
Every morning you greet me.
It is the role for which he'll always be remembered, but for such a long time wished people would forget, making his disdain for the film clear by renaming it The Sound of Mucus.
Yes, I did say that, but so did we all. We all joked about The Sound of Music. You had to, when you do something very delicate and sentimental and coy, in order to avoid being sentimental and coy, you have to joke about it and see the funny side of it.
Christopher Plummer was born into a wealthy Canadian family. His great-grandfather was the country's 3rd Prime Minister. He considered becoming a concert pianist, but chose acting instead, making his name first on stage playing lead roles such as Shakespeare's Henry V, for which he gained comparisons to Laurence Olivier.
And upon this charge cry God for Harry, England, and St. George!
Give me a drink.
He brought weight and humanity to the role of Rudyard Kipling in The Man Who Would Be King.
Oliver?
Character actor of rare skill, he reached new heights when he entered his 80s, when he became the oldest actor to win an Oscar for his performance as Hal, an elderly widower coming out as gay to his unsuspecting son. And he became the oldest Oscar acting nominee when he replaced Kevin Spacey as John Paul Getty in Ridley Scott's film All the Money in the World.
The great struggle in life is coming to grips with what that price is.
Christopher comes with this inordinate charm, smile and his twinkle. The twinkle and smile somehow make him that much more effective, makes him quite lethal, but in a charming way.
Julie Andrews said of Christopher Plummer tonight, "The world has lost a consummate actor today, and I have lost a cherished friend."
The actor Christopher Plummer, who's died at the age of 91. Well, earlier I spoke to another acting legend, William Shatner, who was a close friend of Christopher Plummer from very early on in his career. He gave us some of his recollections.
He was a fabulous actor. He was from the very beginning. We were both born in Montreal. Shortly after him, and there was a stepping stone in those years for Canadian theater and film, and eventually we ended up in Toronto, the New York of Canada, and the Stratford, Ontario festival, and then ultimately to a science fiction movie. And then the last thing I did that I saw Chris was I was directing a documentary, and I went to Stratford here in Canada to interview him, and we spent a delightful afternoon remembering Stratford and the people we knew together, and we laughed and joked, and I had a wonderful, pleasurable time with an old friend. Our lives had intertwined since we were very young.
And Mr. Shatner, sorry to interrupt. Can I jump in? I want to ask about one particular moment where you did intertwine, where you were doing a play and you were the understudy, and he suddenly had to head to hospital and you had to step in. Do you remember that incident?
Vividly. Henry V, and early on in the run, I was his understudy. We were doing repertory, and that meant putting a play in every week, and I had no rehearsal. So I went on in one of the longer speaking roles in the English language without any rehearsal whatsoever.
And he said at the time, certainly he recalled afterwards, that he didn't know, I think, what hurt more, the pain that he was in or knowing that you were stepping in to be his understudy. He said you did everything exactly the opposite to the way that he did it, and he knew you were going to be a star.
What I didn't tell him was I had no rehearsals. So I didn't know what he did at any particular moment. I just did what I thought I had to do.
He clearly had an eye.
It was quite a moment.
He clearly had an eye for talent, because he clearly spotted your talent. But what was so special about him when he was on stage or on screen?
Well, he brought an elegance. He brought a truth. He brought. He was distinguished in. He himself was elegant and sophisticated, and he brought that kind of thing to the roles he played. He was a wonderful man, a great character actor as well. Just while you were playing stuff about him, I was listening. I'd forgotten he was this wonderful pianist and a great tennis player, all wrapped up in this handsome man who looked so elegant and spoke with an English accent, although he was born in Canada. I admired him tremendously all my life. I kind of I was his understudy, and I never quite got over being the understudy.
Huge thanks to William Shatner there.